Greetings everyone, it's me, that ghost, and welcome to another one of my live streams. Today is going to be another drawing live stream because that's what I've been interested in lately, but it might be a little bit lower energy than the previous one, not only because I'll be on my own, but because I didn't sleep at all last night, so I might be a little bit out of it. But today I'm drawing an original species idea that I've had for a long time. It's I call it Betulumina, which I'll explain the name in just a second. But instead of being an original animal species, like I see most original species being drawn as, not being drawn as most ones I see are animals, this is an original tree species, which I don't think is the most common. I don't think I've ever seen it before, but I haven't been looking for it, so I'm not trying to claim that I'm some like super original thing. Right now I'm pulling up the chat in another tab, so just give me a second. And now I'm all set up. So right now we're just drawing the rough draft, which I want it to be like bigger on the top, so like a bunch of clustered branches all branching out near the top, and then a few branches on the side, like one bending maybe. One over here just reaches up. I feel like this tree needs to be bigger. I guess that's good for now. And then want there to be some like dangly things here. Already this is too thin because I want it to be more like a birch tree, so I'm gonna mess around with this a bit. But yeah, explaining. Can I make this just like insanely bigger? It's not letting me type in the number I want to type in. It's not letting me type anything bigger than 4. I wish I could get the solid like pen consistency and make it bigger. If I went to, oh, it's not. Honestly, I don't know what tool to use here. Okay, this might be good. I don't know, we'll find out. At the end of the day, it's okay to mess up. Yeah, this looks pretty good so far. And this is just the rough draft. But the name comes from Latin, where betula is Latin for birch. It's a scientific name. And lumina, I'd say everyone knows what that means. Like, when something's luminous, whatever, it means it glows. So the name literally means glowing birch, which is what my original species is. Wow, I'm bad drawing trees. It's okay though. But it's a birch tree that glows, and it's sort of the reverse of a normal birch tree. So when I think of a birch tree, I think of a tree with a lightly colored wood, dark markings. Where these trees are dark blue colored wood with glowing white markings, and the blue glows subtly, but like subtle, like a very subtly glowing deep sea underwater creature type glow, not like a bright white glow. And I've drawn this tree, I believe, like 4 years ago. Yeah, it was 4 years ago or 3. I forget exactly which. I drew this tree species before, but I drew it with acrylic on just like a piece of wood, not even canvas. So I have like an acrylic on wood drawing, but my drawing then is of it in the winter, and I'm going to draw it in the summer now because in the winter it loses all of its leaves, and it loses all of its leaves, and it just becomes like a fork, like going up into the sky, sort of. But in the summer, it's very vibrant, it has bright white orange leaves, and it attracts fireflies and stuff. I don't know. I sound crazy explaining it. I'd say this is a good background. Yeah, it's kind of messy, but I'm half asleep right now. I can't actually do this. Okay, no more background. When I draw with white, I hate having a background. So a lot of people are like, don't ever actually draw with white, draw with a light gray. And I think that's a great tip. So I'm going to pass it on to all of you. So, birch trees, when I think of birch trees, I think of eyes. Because they always have that, like, eye looking marking. I also think of, like, stripes. So I'm going to do just a lot of eyes and stripes. I'm not using any reference images, by the way. So, if this ends up looking wonky, that's just how it goes. I normally do use reference images when I do art. Like almost all the art that I've done in the past for YouTube, for friends, for anything, I use references, but I'm half asleep and I don't want to. So far, this is actually decent in my opinion. Also, when we actually, I might have the background, but have it a different color. That I think that'll be helpful for later when I'm attempting to draw like all the white and orange stuff because having a white background then won't work. So already this drawing is looking kind of chaotic, but that's just how it be. So, Betulumium, I don't know exactly how to pronounce it, Betulumia, sorry. I see them in my head a lot. Like, I'll have dreams and they just appear in my dream. Like, not a lucid dream where I control it, just they appear in my dreams pretty often. And when I am doing like a meditation, like a guided meditation on YouTube, and they're like, imagine a forest, like look at the trees around you. I intentionally visualize these because I really like them. So this is like, I call it my signature tree, and I actually referred to it by that name earlier today because a friend was talking to me about creating a planet, and I was telling them like, oh, I'd love to share with you my signature tree because I'd be completely happy for other people to use this species in like original worlds, like if you're making an alien world or in art, like if you want to add them in the background. I'm not trying to sound like a vain or presumptuous, like assuming other people would want to use this idea. Like, I don't think people actually care. Don't worry. Don't I don't want people to think I'm vain. But like, if someone was like, "Hey, this is a neat tree. Feel free to use this tree just if anyone asks. Where you don't need to credit me in the description. Like if you make a drawing with like these trees in the background or whatever, you don't need to be like, oh, Ghost made that, you know. But if someone asks about the tree idea, tell them it was me. And if it's the only thing, like if you just draw just the trees themselves or whatever, yeah, credit me then. Um, yeah, this is my original tree species. So far, it's already looking way better than I thought it would. I don't know why. I guess because I'm not the best at drawing yet, and because I didn't sleep last night, I had like really low expectations for this. It's starting to, the pattern's starting to fall apart up here, but it's not the end of the world. Gee, I'm nervous now that I might not be hearable. I don't know why, so let me check my audio. Yep, I am hearable. Sorry about that. That looks like a little face. Okay, I don't want. Actually, yeah, let's just keep the face. It's kind of funny. Why the heck not? Um, but yeah, this is I'm sure this has been done before. Like I've Googled it before to see if it's been done before, and I never found anything. But I know that now I'm like making a video and claiming it's my original species. Someone's gonna be like, "Oh, this is like this idea someone had 15 years ago, Ghost. You know, why are you stealing other people's ideas?" Okay, so that is the tree layer, and I'm gonna make. Oh, okay. Well, I'm just gonna blend this down now. Now we're gonna make a leaf layer, and this layer is just gonna be a million circles. Circles are great. And birch leaves, if I remember correctly, are very like circular, like they, oh, my stomach just growled. All I've had today is coffee. Um, they have little groups of circles, but I could be wrong because I don't really know what birch trees look like. One of my neighbors has them, but I haven't been like going around looking for them lately. Like I've never been like, oh, you know what I need to do? I need to go research some birch trees. So I imagine little like vine things hanging down the the branches, which is what I'm drawing right here. And then if I actually was like really, really into it right now, I'd be drawing like little blue connectors between all these. And I might in a little bit, but right now I'm just gonna draw like vague gestures of what the leaves look like. And yeah, the leaves are white, but they're orange also. And I'm gonna draw some orange coloring in when I shade, or actually no, I'll do it like right after this and before the shading. Yeah, they have Betulumina has flat, like round leaves. Um, yep. This doesn't look like how I imagine it. It looks like the simplified logo version of how I imagine it, but I don't really know like what I can do. It's like because I don't have a reference image and because I didn't draw a very comprehensive sketch, like I didn't even sketch out loose areas where I wanted the leaves. I really should have done that. I should have drawn like a loose like leaf sketch at the beginning. I should have actually had like a rough sketch for the tree before I just started doing the tree, but I am literally operating right now on no sleep. So I'll probably draw this again at a time that my brain is actually functioning, and there will be a huge difference, hopefully. I could make this a series where I just draw this tree on my channel. So far, it looks decent, in my opinion. But yeah, this tree, my subconscious mind is always inserting it into my dreams, and my conscious mind is always deciding, like, yes, today I'm gonna imagine this tree during my meditation, because I love the tree. So this is just the best tree that I've ever thought of, and it's the only tree I've ever thought of. So very low standards there. It doesn't have any competition. That's what I meant to say. Um, yeah. After this video, I'm probably gonna Google like tree original species because I want to see if there's anyone out there who's also making their own original trees. Because I don't know. I feel like that's a really underused concept because in real life nature, there's so much diversity in trees. There's so many different tree shapes and leaf shapes, and some trees are pointy and like stick up into the sky, and others flop over. It's so. I feel like someone could sort of design any tree as a fictional tree, and it would be very believable. Like because weeping willows exist, and because all these other trees exist. Like if someone's like, "Oh yeah, this is my tree," it's literally just like a bunch of like copper wires twisted together going up into the sky, and it has like leaves that are made of gems twisted into the copper wire. Like that would be beautiful. Now I want to draw that, but I don't feel like I have the skill to. But it's like you can make a tree out of anything. You can make a tree out of just glowing light. You can make a tree out of metal. You can literally design any tree, and it'll be amazing. I'm just rambling like an idiot now. Like I'm very self-aware of the fact that everyone can tell that I'm sleep deprived right now. As I'm drawing these petals, I feel like mildly inspired by like cherry blossom. Not really, because this is not what a cherry blossom tree looks like. But I'm getting like minor cherry blossom vibes, and that makes me happy because I like cherry blossoms, just like I like birch. Sorry, I keep like moving the screen around. I don't know why. I don't like holding the screen still long drawing. Um, I don't really know what to talk about, sorry. I'm trying to think. I guess it's like here's something. In this drawing, I'm trying to avoid using outlines because I genuinely don't feel like they have any place in a drawing of something that I see in my head, like in my dreams. When I draw something I see in real life, I give outlines, and that might sound kind of counterintuitive because in real life there are no outlines. There's just a color change. And a lot of people who say like, "Oh, if you want to start drawing more realistically, you need to stop drawing outlines and start just having the colors change." Um, which I very much use outlines sort of like a crutch. I wanted to say like, this is where the eye ends. This is where this thing happens. This is where that thing happens. But when I dream, everything looks really weird and it looks like hyper realistic, like more real than reality. So in my dreams, nothing has outlines. So I'm not going to draw the straight outlines. And that's also part of some of the color choices. I'm not making a palette. I'm not. I should have done a sketch. Like I really regret not doing a sketch. But a lot of things that I'm not doing, I'm not doing them on purpose because I feel like it makes it look more like how I see it in my head if I don't do a palette. So far, this looks pretty good. The leaves aren't as fluffy as I see them in my head. Like in my head, it's not just a sparse few leaves clinging onto the end of every branch. There's like mini branches coming off of every branch holding leaves, but it's not bad. Like for a loose depiction of something I see in my head, I think this gets the image across. Like if someone watched this YouTube video, I feel like they could get me, they could get what I'm trying to convey. And that's all that art really needs to be. Like as long as you're conveying what you want to convey, it's a successful drawing. It's like when a little like toddler draws their parents and they look and like the parent looks at it and they know like, oh, that's mommy and daddy or oh, that's whatever. It's like as long as it's be a little more orange, maybe more saturated. It has to be light colored though. That might be good. We'll try it. I'm gonna put on a different layer so if I end up hating it, I can just delete it. It's like as long as someone can look at your drawing and know what it is, it's a great drawing. Let me make this pen smaller. There we go. That might be too small, but I don't know yet. It honestly still might be too big. I don't know though. And I'm probably gonna like dramatically reduce the opacity of this layer too, because already these petals are looking too orange. Like it's a soft orange. It's an orange glow. It's not like the petals themselves are white. They're just also orange, which sounds dumb, but this is literally my imagination. I can have whatever I want. If I want something to be white and not white, they can be. Yeah, I'm just gonna do like a loose detail here. And once I complete this little branch, I'm gonna, I don't want to have the mini leaf highlighted. Oh, I know, I can go forward again, and then I can just erase. All the mini leaves, I want them to be pure white, because I feel like that makes them stand out more. There we go. But yeah, after that I finish this one branch, I'm going to turn on, I'm gonna turn down the opacity and see if it looks decent. Oh, fiddle. There we go. See if it looks decent before I try to do it for the whole tree. Because I don't want to waste my time doing something for the entire tree and that it ends up not looking good. So let's zoom out all the fiddle. Let's zoom out all the way and then turn the opacity down. About like there maybe. All the way. That's about how it looks in my dream. So I think we'll I'm gonna turn it up so I can have more control when applying it to other branches. But yeah, we are gonna do the orange and then we're gonna after that do some shading and some highlights because these trees are glowing and I want to make it look like they're glowing. And I might even end up doing like a small background or not background. I don't know. I'll do something. I don't want this to just be a tree on a gray canvas. I I don't know. I went into this drawing with literally zero plan, zero sketch. Normally I would have sketched a little, landscape or whatever if I wanted there to be one. But today I'm just gonna enter the drawing and whatever happens, happens. And I'll be happy with whatever happens, 'cause I'm too tired to be angry. Which I actually ended up not telling my friend about this tree this morning, which means a bunch of strangers on YouTube are gonna know about it before him. And we just got sidetracked. Like, we had a Discord call. We talked about a bunch of random nonsense and never once got to what we actually called each other for, which, like, now that I'm an adult, I'm noticing a lot of my conversations are just nonsense now. It's like when you're a kid and you're out at the store with like your mom and she finds one of her friends in the store and they just talk about like literally nothing for like 30 minutes. I do that with my friends now. We just talk about nothing. And the kid I was talking to is also now over 18. So that's just, is that an adult thing? Just you lose the ability to actually talk about meaningful things? Because in my friend group now, we don't even talk about anything. We just talk. Like if Seinfeld's the show about nothing, my friends and I have the discussion about nothing. My friend is subscribed to my YouTube though. I think probably around like 70% of my friends are. So I don't want there to be a stain on the little one. So he's not watching this right now because right now it says that there's two people watching, and that's just me. So I think it says one person watching if no one's watching, like if you're just broadcasting, and then also says one person's watching, so I'm monitoring the chat on another computer. So I think I'm just all alone right now, which is fine because I have my streams set to upload like the day after, so everyone can see this tomorrow if they want. Like for all I know, at some point my friend will just pop in and be like, "Oh, this is what you're talking about." So I sent him the name of my tree in Discord. Like I just sent like Betulumina with no context to my friend group. Also, some of my friends are in school right now because my friends have summer school. So some people like literally can't watch this video because they're in class. But the guy I'm talking about, he doesn't go to school. Um, I was hoping that like the no context would like entice them into a conversation. Like they'd be like, "What?" And then I'd be like, "Oh, Betulumina. It's the tree species that I made up when I was like 13." I don't think I've mentioned it to like 90% of my. Actually, no. I think like my mom knows about it because I showed her the acrylic drawing I made a few years ago when I made it, and that's it. Like I genuinely think the only person I've ever talked to about this tree is my mom. So now I'm gonna talk to everyone on YouTube about it. But yeah, you guys are all my mom now. Thank you for adopting me. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. But honestly, right now, when zoomed out, even without the opacity down or opacity, I don't know how to pronounce it, it looks decent. I'm still gonna turn it down, of course, because the leaves are not this orange. But it doesn't look bad when you're zoomed out. When you're zoomed in, it looks all smudgy. I think that's how Impressionism works. Honestly, like, if all else fails, if I ever get sick of outlines, I'm just gonna say I'm an Impressionist painter. What are people gonna do? Say I'm not? I mean, they can say I'm not because I'm not. But I can just say I am. No one's like, I mean, actually, no, the art community is really policed. And by policed, I mean, it seems like almost every YouTube artist, their YouTube channel is like 10% art and 90% speed painting art while talking about drama. So I feel like if I called myself a an impressionist artist, there'd be like a drama video made about me where it's like the newest like poser in the art community. That goes to Variety. That goes to Variety's a newer YouTube channel, but already they're causing drama in our well-respected YouTube art community. So screw it. I'm just gonna say I'm an impressionist. Come fight me. I'm joking, or am I? You'll never know. Right now I'm brainstorming some things that I might draw to give this drawing more life at the end. I'm thinking one, some like glowing grass around the tree. Two, some of the leaves floating through the air like cherry petals, like really close to the screen, maybe. Not to the screen, but like to the viewer's eye. Uh, at this point, I'm even like avoiding putting the orange on like some of the big petals, just because I want it to be more special. I don't know. I know I want to do like a dark overlay over my drawing and then like erase the dark overlay by the tree to emphasize how the tree glows. Because I have done that in some of my other drawings, like in my angel drawing that I did back when I still drew on my phone. Let me zoom out again and make sure this still looks okay. Still does. Let me turn this down a little bit. Yeah, that's good. I'm just double checking. I get kind of nervous. I don't know. To me now, this kind of looks good, so I might even like turn it down like less than I did before. I really don't know. I wish there were people in the chat, like even if they were just asking me questions or like talking to me or something. I wish I just had a chat with, or if I had like a friend in the call, because it's a little bit hard for me to carry a stream by myself. I feel weird just talking by myself. Here's one like after this video goes up as an actual video and not a stream, if you have any original species like animals, plants, anything, and you want to talk about them, like discuss original ideas in the comments down below, I would be super happy to. So feel free to comment and talk to me about that. Okay, so let's turn it down maybe like just that much. So they're still pretty yellowy. And I'm gonna merge that down onto the tree layer, but I'm not gonna merge the tree layer and the leaf layer yet because I think I do want to go back in and make it so that these leaves aren't floating. I don't know, because maybe it would look more magical if they're floating. And I can always undo what I'm doing right now, and I need to remind myself of that. But I do have limited undos, and we learned that when I messed up on Gala's wing in that one video. Well, not that one video. You all know what video it is. Alright, I can't tell if it's making it better or worse. I honestly liked it more simplistic. I like the leaves floating. I don't know why. I guess at heart, I'm just an oversimplified layer fan. I mean, oversimplified logo fan, even though I hate to admit it. The leaves just floating there makes it feel more magical to me. So because I'm comfortable with the leaves as they are, I'm just going to merge these two layers. So now we just have our layer that's only the tree and the background. So now I think we should give the tree some friends. I'm thinking grass. And even in my imaginary fictional world, grass is green. And you can call me boring for that if you want. But yeah, my trees are blue. Yeah, my sky is usually like red. But my grass is green because I'm normal. Nah, I'm kidding. I want my grass to be bigger. I'm not normal, actually. I want giant grass. Boom. Big grass. Yeah. It's definitely. It looks like a child drew it, but I am a child at heart. When I don't sleep, I immediately become like four. I'm gonna draw. It's like when you give like a 4-year-old just like the big green crayon. It's like that's how I feel right now. I'm gonna put some up around the tree like that. I really don't know what I'm doing. None of this is sketched. It's all fiddle. None of this is sketched. It's all just entirely freehand. I might start like including that in like titles of episodes, whether I'm freehanding something or actually like going off of a reference image and trying. So I feel like that might shape some people's decisions whether or not they check out my video. That's probably enough grass. And the grass will glow, but first I want to put a layer behind the, oh, not there. Oh, sure, you have to pull here. I'm going to put a layer behind the tree that's an even darker green. And that's going to be, I don't know, I'm just picking a random brush to see what happens. Yeah. Oh, okay, I don't want that. I guess I can't really add any more because it'll look weird. Okay, there we go. So then with this, one more layer up, and now is when we make the grass glow. I'm going to use neon green, and I may or may not end up making this like more or less opaque because I really want this grass to be like I think I might leave it like this. Who knows? Oh, I accidentally pressed the button on the pen. I don't know if I like this or I hate this. That's the hard part for me. Like I see a lot of stuff and I feel strongly about it, but I can't identify if that feeling's positive or negative. You might say like Ghost, can't you tell the difference between like good and bad or like happy and sad? It's like, yeah, I can, but it's hard. Like when you just like feel intense, like you feel something, it's basically impossible to know if that something is good or bad for me. Let's zoom out. It's okay. Let's turn down the opacity to that. Ooh, I actually really like it like right here, which is very low opacity, but I feel like it makes the grass look more like it's a soft glow and it shows that the tree glows much brighter than the grass. So this is where I'm going to merge all layers and I'm going to start doing like shading stuff. Sorry, I just took a sip of water. I'm actually going to check my Discord really quick to see if my friend responded to me just sending them Betulumina or if they are busy and have a life. Oh, they did respond. Um, they're talking amongst themselves. I would talk to them, but I feel like that would be detrimental to the stream because then I would just be like narrating me talking to my friends on stream. Actually, I'll just tell them I'm streaming right now, and I'll tell them that if they'd like to join me, they can. I'll tell them I'm drawing the tree. So, there's a potential I'll be joined by one or two guests now, basically. Okay, so I don't know what color I want to shade the tree with. Oh, fiddle. Part of me wants to do dark blue, another part wants to do like dark gray. And I think both would look decent. I might try to do like a dark bluish gray like this, I guess, but still too light. It needs to be like that because I changed the opacity. That's how I do it. So I'm just gonna try my best, I guess. And I will check up on Discord in like a minute or two and see if anyone wants to join. But yeah, I'm imagining this side of the tree being in shadow. So I'm gonna. Oh, I need to make that bigger. Yeah, that's a lot better. But not only will the side of the tree be in shadow, but also, the underside of every branch is in shadow. And you might say, how is a light source in shadow? I don't know, it's my imagination. In my dreams, they always have like shadows to them. They're never just like Have you seen that Tumblr post where it's like when the sun is directly above you in Hawaii, everything looks like a bad video game render? These trees never look like a bad video game render. Like they're always shaded, even at nighttime. Well, at nighttime they're shaded because light from other trees doesn't reach them. Uh, in this world that I've created in my head, like when I'm consciously like visualizing stuff, whether it's a lucid dream or meditation or whatever, there are stars and planets. But what's most full of light is there's multiple moons, and a lot of the plants and animals glow. Like, obviously, there's this tree that glows, and then there's something that's called the midnight stag, which is an original animal thing I have, which just like how this tree is literally just a birch tree recolor. The midnight stag is a deer recolor, and it's sort of related to this tree. It's complicated where I've had this tree as an original idea for a long time, and in one of my English classes, which was a creative writing class in high school, the teacher was like, describe a world completely unlike our own from the point of view of someone where it's their normal world. So like he didn't want a story that's like me traveling to another planet. He wanted a story where it's like the narrator is an alien on another planet, like sharing their day-to-day life. So I wrote about the place in my head is when I daydream, like consciously when I'm choosing to daydream, it's very consistent. Like the locations stay the same. There's a consistent world map. So I just wrote about the place in my head, and I had to make up more stuff because there's lots of I never thought about. Like I knew about different trees, and I knew fireflies existed in this world, and I know snow exists in this world. Like it has a lot in common with ours, but the ecosystem was different because there's a lot of bioluminescent stuff, and I ended up basing the entire ecos- ecosystem based off of the ocean. So just like how you have like there's the sun layer and there's like the midnight layer and there's the oh it's Abyssarian stag, sorry, not midnight stag. There's the abyss layer. Like this whole world was like what if forests were like the ocean where as you go into the forest the trees get like taller and taller and thicker. So the animals at the center of the forest are like the animals at the bottom of the sea, which I know someone had that idea before. I think I've read it somewhere. But my English teacher didn't call me out on it, so whatever. But I had this tree, which I came up with before I heard that idea. I'm gonna check my Tumblr. But I put this tree in that world. I put the stag. They have not responded to my Discord message. Okay. But the stag is really cool. It's like this tree where it glows. There's mountain lions that have anglerfish lures on them, basically, where like the whiskers on their face have these glowing balls at the end that look a lot like these glowing mice that exist in the world. So hawks or other like big birds like would swoop down from like up in the high trees, up in the dark, they'd swoop down towards what they think is like a scurrying little like midnight mouse or like a abyss mouse. But it's actually a mountain lion and it flies like right into its mouth, basically. So the whiskers are next to the mouth. And I wrote a story about a girl and her dad and her little sibling who go out into the woods with Polaroid cameras and take photos of all the beautiful animals. And the whole story is just about them appreciating nature. And I was really proud of it. And I titled it, oh, hey, I'm recording stuff right now, so please don't say my name or anything. Hello? You can. I'm recording drawing stuff right now. It's like a live recording thing. Hi, sorry. Would you like to see a tree I'm drawing? There's no visual stuff, it's just audio, so you don't need to worry if you'll see me. Sorry about all this. Okay, in the chat, looks like Gala's here, because he said the turtles have arrived. I think you can blacklist words on YouTube live stream chat. What if I blacklist the word turtles? What would you do, Gala? I won't do it, but what if I did? I'm very pleased with how this shading looks right here, and yeah, it's really simple cell shading, but because I'm not lining anything, I feel like nah, blah, blah, blah. Simple nah. Simple cell shading. I almost said simple shell shading. Simple cell shading is the way to go. I'm not gonna draw turtles. I'm gonna draw trees. I wanted to draw a tree. I'm not gonna make the turtles climb the tree. How about you draw turtles climbing a tree? If you post that on YouTube, I will watch it. I'll give it a thumbs up. I'll put a bunch of comments to like boost your video for the algorithm. Like if you make a video of you drawing turtles, man, I'll 100% support you. You just have to go for it. Okay, so now I kind of want to give the tree like a little shadow right there, but I don't really know if it'll look good or bad. So I'm just gonna try. If it looks bad, I can always either undo it or I can just, accept it. I'm not gonna make the turtles climb. I'm not gonna make the turtles fly either. You're not gonna win this fight, buddy. Okay, is it just me or does that shadow actually look okay? Heck yeah. I like it. Before I merge layers, I'm gonna zoom out. You know what? I still stand by that. Okay, so now everything's all on one layer again. I make a turtle mine. No, this isn't Minecraft. Goodbye. Sorry about all this. Okay, I'm alone again. I want to do like a shading thing, but I also kind of want to have like a giant leaf or petal flying in front of the screen, but I don't know how good or bad it would look. Looks good, buddy. Thank you. That really means a lot to me. And if you say psych afterwards, I'm just gonna ignore it and pretend that you're complimenting me. Like if someone's ever like, your art looks good, not. I'm just gonna focus on the first. It's not turtle time. Okay. I think I'm not gonna do the petal because here I'll try it out. You know what? Like I said, you can always delete. So my idea of the petal is like a gray thing, and I sort of want it to look like a Pringle, like that. No, it doesn't look good. It's like, bruh. I'm like I want it to look mainly normal, and then like suddenly like it flips up like that, but like that. That looks decent, maybe. I don't know. I'm gonna try it. We're gonna try. I can always delete it. Thank you for saying it genuinely does look good. I this summer because I'm stuck in bed because I can't skateboard or roller skate or bike or swim. I might as well just teach myself how to draw. And in the future I'll use reference images too, so I can get like lighting and shading and proportions right. But today I just went in blind. I was like, I'm gonna draw a tree. And if you're curious, you're a good friend because you bully me. Yeah, the memes are true, where it's like friends are really nice to each other. Good friends slash best friends. My stomach just growled. Good friends slash best friends don't hold back. That's just how it works. Um, so now this is where we reach the issue of I never sampled the orange color before changing the opacity. So I guess I could just draw it on with its current opacity. I didn't plan any of this well, and I'm sure that's like really evident. That looks bad. I'm already like worried this will look bad. I kind of want like when it's up close, I want it to make it look like those petals on flowers where there's like ribbed like lines going through them. But I don't really know how to draw that because I don't have a reference image. But I think it's like pansies or something that do that. I don't know, something like that. And then to show that it's curving. Shed the tree to the world. Yeah, that was my intention. I was telling you about like that's why I was like I want to tell you about my signature tree, and then instead we just talked about edgy stuff. All right, I'm gonna zoom out and see if I like this or not. I don't. Sorry, Petal. When I get better at perspective and stuff, I'll do stuff like that. But for now, let's just keep it simple with the tree. But yeah, I'm happy with people drawing the tree. I'm happy with people adding it to original worlds, either making an actual planet or just making a universe for fun, like on DeviantArt or whatever. Like if anyone wants to use this original species, they can. I don't know all the terminology. Like people in DeviantArt will talk about open species versus closed species and stuff like that. I don't really know what all that means. So I don't want to say this is an open species or this is a closed species because if I use it incorrectly, like I don't want people to I don't want people to make changes to the tree. Like I don't want someone to say, "Oh hey, thank you for joining Dudesy Cutie Patootie and thank you for saying followed and liked." Yeah, I hope you enjoy this. This isn't like a lot of my normal streams because right now I literally have like no game plan. I just decided to draw this. Yeah, this is where I want to make it look like it's glowing, and I want to pick a different instrument for that. Oh, honestly, I should use airbrush for that. I don't know why I didn't think of that. But oh, fiddle, where's airbrush? I'm still getting used to this on my computer because I'm used to it on the phone. Should I do hard or soft? I'm gonna do hard. Because I really want it to look glowing. I feel like soft might be too subtle. But yeah, I don't want to call this like an open species or a closed species or anything like that. Um, I just like if you want to draw it, feel free to draw it. If anyone asks you what it is and you're telling them about it, please tell them I made it. Like if you refer to it by name, like if you say, "Oh, this is Betulumium," or Betulumia, like an original tree species. If someone asks you, "Oh, like did you come up with that?" Be like, "Oh no, this YouTuber called That Ghost Variety did." But besides that, if someone wants to draw this or if someone's writing a story on another planet or another dimension, they want to have this tree as part of it, feel free to. It's not turtle time. It's not going to be turtle time. You can keep asking, and it's not going to be. But yeah, I think picking hard airbrush was the right choice. This has the level of glow that I want it to. And then I'm gonna shrink down the hard airbrush and try to run it over these little stripes to make them glow too. And the whole tree does softly glow, like the blue does softly glow. And I might try to see if there's a way I can show that well without it glows way softer because the white glows harshly and the blue glows softly. So I'll need to get creative with different brushes to figure out how to accurately express what I see in my head. Um, but this is so far pretty much what I want it to be. And my stomach's growling a bit. Every day and every night will be turtle. I'm just gonna ignore them. You can send an army of turtles to my house, and I'll just act like nothing's happening. Like, you know what they say, like people tease you to get a reaction or whatever. I'm just not gonna react. I'm also realizing right now, heading into no plan, that might be sort of weird to show something glowing from a shadow. So I don't really know what I'll do. I also, honestly, I don't like how that's looking right there on the stripes. Oh, I don't know how I want to go about this. Well, let's try to make the grass glow first. I feel like that's important. Oh, there we go. I keep forgetting what button to click to make like specific stuff go away. I feel like for the grass, not only should I erase the overlay to make it look like it's glowing, but I should also probably add some sort of like green aura thing to it. And maybe that's my solution for the tree, is that I should add like a blue like oral thing to it. Not oral like mouth. I meant like aura. I meant like Aural, not Oral. Speaking is hard. Jeez. I hate speaking. Like, I literally, at one point, just started teaching myself sign language just because I don't like speaking. Don't worry, they're on their way. Yeah, honestly, you could send a million turtles to just fly around my head during the stream, and I would just be like, wow, I like fictional trees. I like how the glow is looking on the grass so far. I'm gonna zoom out and like, yeah, that is what I wanted it to look like. So, I zoom back in. I do feel like my decision to just not have any outlines is benefiting this art. So I feel like if I had outlines, none of the glowing would look correct and other stuff, which I might start implementing that when I do my computer art. So when I was drawing on my phone, I would always add outlines, no matter what look I was going for. And that might have been, I'm not going to have things glow in the tree shadow, even though there is lines that I'm just going to ignore it. That might have been detrimental to my art. So I actually might end up a better artist on my computer than on my phone, just over time, if I'm given enough time, because I'm making decisions like, no more outlines and stuff like that. I don't know. I'm always gonna compare my art to my past art. Like even if I get better than I was on my phone, I'm still always gonna like compare it to my phone. 'Cause that, in my opinion, that's when my art peaks. Oh, I did not mean to tilt the world there. Please tilt back to normal. There we go. Thank goodness. I was afraid it was gonna be tilted the whole time. And yeah, Gala, I know you like turtles. Honestly, I don't feel like I need to add glowing stuff around the ground. Actually, I kind of feel like I do. I don't know. Because I'm happy with my drawing right now, I'm going to just merge. And then everything I do next will be on a different layer so that if I hate it, I can just delete it. Looking good? Thank you so much. That really does mean a lot to me, getting positive feedback. So I'm going to stay with, I'm going to stay with airbrush. I might change the size again. Go away, magnifying glass. But now I'm going to see what happens if I airbrush on like a yellow-green. And I'm going to turn down the opacity. But like, what would happen if I hypothetically, for the sake of argument, let's say that the grass is really glowing. Like, if it was a cartoon, it would have like the green glowing stinky lines. It is fun. I wouldn't say it's funny that the majority of the chat has been turtles. I'd say it's just indicative that you're the active person in the chat. 'Cause the majority of what you say is turtles. Like when you die, your legacy is going to be turtles, homie. It's not turtle time. Honestly, even without turning down the opacity, I think. Oh no, no, not that. Even without turning down the opacity, I think that looks decent. But yeah, it'll look much better when I turn this down quite a bit. I feel like that's like the soft glow I want. Maybe a little bit more. No, that's too much. That. That's what I wanted. So let's apply this same logic to the tree. The turtle sea? I don't know what you're trying to talk to me about. Oh, turtle legacy. It took me a second to know what the heck you were talking about. Honestly, I like this, but I should put it on a separate layer than the grass, 'cause I can already tell I'm going to need different opacities for the two. I'm changing your name to Turtle Related. Okay, yeah, if you, instead of being Wolf the Reaper, are you going to be Turtle the Reaper? I don't want to merge this layer yet, because part of me is like, what if it just looks slightly better with that? No, it looks better with, you know what? Yeah, we're going to merge the layer. You got to confront your fears. A new layer. What happens if I remove background? Oh, yeah, no, I need the background. I'm being a silly Billy. Um, oh, Turtle the Turtle. Oh my word, that's redundant though. Do you really want to be Turtle the Turtle? I think that's a good amount of glow for the tree, and even right now, it looks good. But let's turn it down a little bit and see if it looks better. Actually, I feel like on full opacity, I need to zoom in on areas where it is and make it extend out further from the tree. just by a little. And just like a little like that. That was a little too much. I apologize. Um, I really do want it to be visible. How about the turtling turtle? I think the turtling turtle is a better name than Turtle the Turtle. Would I personally endorse either of them? No. But one is better than the other, yes. Okay, now that we've amped up the glow a little bit, let's zoom out again. And I like it as is right now, but let's do turn this down and see. I think turned down to here, this is the best of how it looks. So I'm going to merge this, and now I'd say that this drawing is complete. So I want to sign it, which I know is dumb. It's like, duh, it's yours. We literally just watched you draw it. You know it's yours. What size is this? Is too big? Yeah, it's too big. Um, 3 is always a good number. So I'm just gonna sign it really quick and then just save it as a file on my computer. And then I'm probably gonna end the stream because there we go. I guess it's not signing since it's not cursive, but I don't really know what to do. Also, I'm gonna turn down the opacity. I'm always messing with opacity, but I feel like eh, no, it still looks ugly. I want to have my name on it though, because I'm genuinely proud of this. Galathorian the turtle guy. Yeah, I stand by that. That tells people who you are and what your like main mission in life is. That's a very informative username. Ooh, what if I wrote my name tilted? That would be pretty neat. I honestly don't know. I'm just goofing around at this point. Smiley face. And now we can just tilt it back to normal and zoom out. Oh, that's not normal. To the Joker, this is a normal drawing. No, no more tilt. No. No, fiddle. I'm so happy I didn't have any tilting issues. Oh, you changed your profile pic too. I just noticed that. I'm so happy I didn't have any. Oh, I signed it on the art. I don't like that. Actually, you know what? Instead of a signature, we're just gonna go like. No, that also looks bad. I don't know why. I want to have it signed. I feel like it's incomplete, but I also don't want to sign it. So it's a nice turtle though. This isn't a turtle. It's a tree. Yeah, honestly, not even that ghost. Just ghost like that. That's my new signature. Merge it, and we're done. Well, thank you everyone for watching this stream. I'm gonna end it now. I'm probably gonna go like immediately jump into like a Discord call with friends and talk about this tree in the context of making an entire planet. But yeah, this is the Betulumina, and I pronounce it wrong every time. Not because I just came up with the name, because I've had the name forever, but because I have only like mentioned it out loud once, and it was to my mom. And she's actually the one that stopped in and saw my drawing. Um, no, a tree and a corpse and a turtle are 3 separate things. I'm just gonna say that right now. But yeah, this is my completed drawing, and I'm happy with how it turned out. And I don't know, open species, closed species, whatever. If you're a person who has interest in my original species, feel free to incorporate it in the works. I would be happy to be part of a bigger creative group, you know? I'd be happy to be part of a bigger project. If someone has a project where they're making an original world, making whatever, and they need plants and animals and stuff to just fill in that world, I'd be happy to have something I designed be picked to be part of that. So this this is something that I am happy for anyone to use. I'm gonna get a drink of water. I always get nervous ending streams because I don't know if YouTube's gonna like cut off the end or not. So I try to fill up the end with dumb stuff like me drinking water and just other like fluff. So if it gets cut off, no important information is lost. I do have proof otherwise. I can pull up flashcards of like a turtle, a body, and a tree, and I'll ask people. I'm like, I'd bet 99.999% of people would know the difference. You'd be the only one that doesn't. Well, it's